Hi, welcome to Vegetables Day 140. And today I had physical therapy again. It went well. The physical therapists, they have begun to increase the resistance on the exercise that they have me doing. I'm still doing the bridges. They haven't changed those yet, but they did increase the number from 10 to 15. I also do lay on my side and lift my knee like this. They call them clamshells. They're now putting a resistance band, and I should have one here. I'm sure you've all seen them, but it's one of these, and each there's different colors, and each color has a different resistance strength, but they're now wrapping this around my knee so that when I lift my knee up like this, it gives me some resistance, so it helps strengthen it. They have another exercise, they're calling it the glider, where I lay on my back, and then I put my feet up on a board and push myself away from this board. There's a gliding mechanism that I lay on, and then I put my feet up, I push against the board, and so that has the ability to add different number of bands, similar to I think to a Bowflex, where you can add different bands on a Bowflex to make it, give more resistance. So they increased the bands on that. And then they also have me doing, well, he had me today do some leg swings. I'll swing my leg out to the side and then out to the back. And they put he put 2.5 pound weights on my ankles. And I did that. And then he used another band again, put it around my ankles, and had me walk sideways, like this way, and then this way. So, you do kind of this, because you have the band like this, so it's wrapped around your ankles, so you can only move so far, and then you have to move this leg back too, so you do this across the floor, and then when you let go to move this leg, you're supposed to still give it some resistance. As you're moving it, you're pulling and moving your leg at the same time. It's kind of difficult, but that helps strengthen your leg muscles. He also had me do with the band around my ankles. I walked forwards and then I walked backwards a couple times. So that was something new today. And I was doing step ups. They have one of those 4-step staircases. If you've ever seen a therapy room, I'm sure you've seen one. It's just 4 steps, and there's a platform at the top, and you can walk up and down it with railings on the sides. But I was doing it forward, where I would step up, step down, and then I'd start with this foot, and then I would start with this foot, up, down, down. It's not like up, down, down like you normally want to do. So it was I really think about it, because especially on this side, because I'm used to stepping up with my foot, with my right foot, like this. And then, of course, I don't usually go down backwards, but usually it's, 1 foot at a time like that. But they want you to go up, down, down. Up, down, down. And you have to really think about it. Well, today I did the same thing, only I did it sideways. Which, of course, you have to put, whatever foot you put up last is the one you have to put down first. Because you're sideways on the stairs. So I did it, this way, and I turn around and do it this way, So each side, each leg gets its own chance to do it, to get up on the step first. And therapy really doesn't last that long. I think it's like 45 minutes, half hour to usually 45 minutes, and it goes so quick. But the good news is I'm definitely getting stronger, and I'm scheduled through the 23rd of June. So I'm really pleased with my progress on that. I just need to make sure that I'm doing my at-home exercises, and I need to start, well, you know what? Instead of the resistance band, I have ankle weights, but I think my ankle weights are big enough. They might fit around my knee. If they fit around my knee, or, just below my knee, I might use that instead. But I do need to start, when I'm doing the climbs at home, I do need to start adding some resistance, because just doing them without anything doesn't help. I guess I could be doing more. I could increase the number. But I think I'll do that. Since I have the resistance bands, I might as well use them. I have this one, and I have a red one. It doesn't say, what the resistance of each color is. But I know that this doesn't have as much as resistance as the red one. If I had it, I would show it to you, but I don't. It's in the other room. So other than that, and that being really encouraging, I also went to the pulmonologist today. And I talked to him about my sleep apnea. Excuse me, not sitting correctly. Talked to him about my sleep apnea, and it's doing very well. I have less than one episode a night per hour. One episode per hour every night where I stop breathing. And so they just wanted to make sure that it's fewer than 5. So that's really good. He's pleased with that. And I'm not really having too much problem with the mask leaking. So, there's really no changes to that. He just had to write a new prescription for the supplies, like the hose, the mask, the filters, the cushions. The cushions are the thing that goes around my mouth to seal up the mask against my mouth. And then the filter is in the back of the machine, of course, to filter the dirt out of the air. And then the hose, in the water chamber, because it's also a humidifier. So that helps keep my mouth from drying out. So, grandson was listening to music, so I had him stop. So where was I? So I went to the pulmonologist, and everything with the sleep apnea is doing very well. But I also see him for what I was diagnosed with as asthma. But based on my symptoms and the fact that the bronchodilator doesn't seem to help a lot, I told him that I'll use it if I feel like I'm having what I perceive to be an asthma attack. or some kind of difficulty breathing, I'll take the bronchodilator and it doesn't always help. So I actually told him that a lot of the times I'll just drink coffee because it seems to help better. And he's like, yeah, that's an old time method. Especially used it on kids. And it works great. And you don't get all the side effects of the drugs. But I told him that, and then he had put me on a steroid to help with inflammation. And I told, and then, in the wheezing, I told him, I said, the wheezing, it helped the wheezing, but then it caused me to cough a lot, as if I had a lot of phlegm. And then I also told him about, the whole incident with Tide, how I found out that Tide had changed their formulation, and once I got that out of the house and washed my clothes, the wheezing went away. So he told me, he didn't really say he was suspecting that I did not have asthma, but he did ask how long ago did I get diagnosed with it, and I told him I couldn't remember. But then he asked me if I had had any testing other than the pulmonary function tests that he has ordered. I've had 2 of those, and they've both been normal. And then he asked me about, I forgot what it's called, but it's a little piece of equipment about yay big that I breathe into. I like into it. And it's kind of like an at-home function test. And so then, I think it's called a spirometer. And so he wants me to take that, or do that twice a day until I have the test, so that we can see if, there's any changes, make sure that, the functioning is properly done properly. But then he also ordered what's called a Methylcholine challenge test. And what they do with this test is they have you do the spirometry test to see what the baseline is, and as long as the lung function is not low, they'll continue with the rest of the test. So then you're given are asked to breathe in a very low dose of methylcholine. And methylcholine is a drug that has been known to constrict your airways. So then, if you don't have so then after you've taken the methylcholine, they do another spirometry test. And then they, slowly increase the dose of methylcholine, followed by spirometry tests, until you get to the point where you either have symptoms of asthma, or the spirometry test shows a drop. Okay, let's see. Okay, so as soon as the lungs show a significant worsening in lung function with a drop in forced expiratory volume at 1 second of 20% or more, then the test is considered complete and it's considered to be positive for asthma. Okay, so I will put a link to my source on this function or on this test. I like it because it's it's a PDF that you can print out. So, if you'd like more information on that particular test, I'll have that link so you can print it out and or read it yourself. But I'm a little apprehensive because, first of all, I have to have it done in the hospital. And the reason for in their, what do they call it, the pulmonary lab. And the reason for that is so that if I do have a reaction to the methylcholine, they'll have the personnel trained on how to treat that. But that makes me apprehensive because an asthma attack is not, if that's indeed what I have, it's not fun. You start coughing, you can't seem to catch your breath, you're wheezing, and you cough, and at least me, I cough and I cough and I cough and I cough and can't stop coughing, and then I cough some more, and then, it's just very difficult to get air in. So, it's like I do everything I can to avoid having what I perceive as an asthma attack. Why do I want to do something that's going to purposely do it? But he just asked me a few questions before he ordered the test, such as, I mentioned he asked if I'd ever had any test besides the pulmonary function test, and I told him no. He also asked me, what did he ask me? Oh, yes. He asked me if wearing the masks like we have to for COVID, if that has helped. And I said not really, because whatever the irritant is, it goes right through the mask. And I used the example of the Perel hand cream. If I'm in the room and the person uses it and they're really close to me, until it dries, I can feel it. I can breathe it in and I can feel it. And then I told him about the time that I went into Lowe's and there was something in the air that irritated me, and I just started coughing and could not stop coughing, and it got so bad that I just had to leave. And then, luckily I had my inhaler in my purse, which I carry it with me all the time. And, I took that and it finally quit. But I'm just beginning to wonder if he really thinks that whether I have asthma or something else. But at least this will probably confirm that I do or I don't. And what he has planned for the future, me, I don't know. I did tell him that I was a little concerned. I'm not having a lot of wheezing right now, but I do feel as if there's some congestion up and through here. And then I forgot to tell him this, but Scott has noticed sometimes that I have what seems to be very labored breathing, very loud breathing. And sometimes when it gets bad, and I see him in 2 months, and I hopefully can remember to talk to him about it then, is that sometimes when I breathe in, it, like all through my whole sinus cavity and stuff, it's like echoey. And he did listen to my lungs today, but he could hear that I was a little bit hoarse. I'm hoarse a lot. And, you know, if you go back through even and listen to my videos over the last month or so, I think you can hear what I'm hearing as well, where it just sounds like it's congested up and through here. I mean, I don't feel anything down here in my lower lungs. It's all up here in the upper lungs. Now, when I'm out in the cold and I'm walking out in the cold, then I do feel it in my lower lungs on my right side. So, I don't know. I haven't got that test scheduled yet. They were supposed to call me with the time. They haven't done that yet. So, you know, we'll see what happens with that test. Hopefully I'll have it, not this coming week, but the week after. Next week I have, what do I have? The foot doctor. Scott has the cardiology appointment, and I also have physical therapy. Only 3 appointments this week. I've been in 5 medical offices. I did the x-ray on my foot, the prompt care. I did my mammogram. I went to my mom's appointment yesterday with her new primary care. And then today I was in the pulmonologist and physical therapy. 5 appointments in the last 3 days. Needless to say, I'm a little tuckered out. And I only have 3 next week so far. Now, I mean, if they come up with a time next week that does not conflict with one of my other appointments, and they say, well, that's the only time they have, you know, I'll go ahead and do it. But otherwise, I'll have to wait. But I did tell the scheduler at the doctor's office that I would prefer not this coming week, but the following week. Well, that's my update for today. A lot has happened today. Foot is still bothering me. And I do see the podiatrist this coming week, so we'll see what he has to say. I might be going to physical therapy for my leg and my foot. I don't know. We'll see. But that's the video, so I hope that you're enjoying the update. I hope that you'll follow along, or continue to follow along on my daily journey. And in the meantime, please comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you for the new subscriber. You know who you are. I'm now at 11. Yay! I sat at 10 for so long. So thank you, whoever it was, as my 11th subscriber was. But comment, you know, give me some comments. Give me that thumbs up. Hit that notification bell so that you know when I upload a video every day. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you so much for watching. And I will see you tomorrow with some kind of food-related video. It might just be what I ate in a day. But we'll see. But I will see you tomorrow.